If you're a freelancer or business owner, the Article and Design podcast is a must-listen. Hosted by experienced freelancer of over 10 years, Margaret Sulapas. Article and Design podcast covers a range of topics that will help you run your business more effectively. You'll learn about time management, marketing, pricing, and more. And because it's made by freelancers for freelancers, you can be sure that the advice is relevant and useful. If you want to improve your business skills and knowledge, tune into Article and Design podcast every Saturday. Now listen up and enjoy the show.
All right, guys, we're back with another brand new episode of the Article and Design podcast. And joining me today is no other than Jerome Estimada. Okay, guys, si Jerome is one of our members, actually pioneering members ka Jerome, ng ating A&D community. Nung nagsimula kami, yung community is noong 2020. So si Jerome yung pinakauna na members namin doon. And I'm so thankful na si Jerome ay sasamahan niya ako ngayon to have like an interview plus co-hosting episode yung gagawin namin today. And we are going to talk about a lot of things, values ng Filipinos, and of course working from home, and etc. All right? So Jerome, are you excited?
Yes, I'm from my office here in Starbucks.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Lolo.
For the benefit of our listeners, Jerome, can you tell us what you do? And of course, why did you choose to be a member of our A&D community? Konting things lang about you.
Sa mga snippets. Okay, hello.
Yeah.
I'm Jerome. What do I do? I'm a software engineer in testing. Then, nakita ko lang yung article and design kasi. Short story lang. Kasi contest ng paradigm shift. Since yung paradigm shifts is isa siya sa values na binabasa ko libro, yung 7 effective habits of a highly effective person ni Stephen Covey. Basahin niyo yun, maganda yun. Yun, sumali ako sa contest nila, tapos nag-commit na lang ako na matapos yung 21 days. Then after that, nakasali na ako sa article and design community ng mga freelancers. Well, yung ginagawa ko ngayon is I'm in a corporate job. Pero meron din akong freelancing job na pero under technology din. Yun, so ako nakilala sila Margaret and the gang.
Yes, the gang. I like it. Yes. So, Jerome, you're a software engineer and then may mga other freelancing things kayo din na ginagawa. And guys, si Jerome din is magaling siya mag-illustrate. Magaling din siya mag-drawing. Alright? If you wanna... Yes, of course, diba? Yun yung paradigm shift mo, diba? So magaling din mag-drawing si Jerome, guys. So he's one of our dearly beloved members ng community. Okay, na it helped na yung mga insights niya nakatulong sa mga members natin. So Jerome, you talked about what you do. You're a software engineer for testing. So if may mga listeners tayo dito na aspiring software engineer, mabilisan lang, ano yung advice mo sa kanila?
Yung advice ko, yung sa technologies or IT, lucrative siya. Pero if hindi siya yung passion mo, madidrain ka. For me, passion ko yung testing din, pero nag-branch out ako to hobby. Nag-hobbyist ako ng illustration. Which is naisip ko din gawing side hustle in the future. Pero yun, yung dumating pa rin side hustle sa akin is pang testing. Well, it's a blessing pa rin.
Yes.
Yun.
Yes,
kung gusto niyo pumasok, okay naman siya. Ano siya? It's a high-paying job. Yun na lang sabihin ko.
Yes.
Very dispensable din. Kasi in times ngayon, yun yung mga takeaways ko if you're going to pursue a technology career.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for that, Jerome, no? And we're so happy na, tawag na to, na aside from your job, meron kang, you're venturing into other things, which is art, creativity, and etc. Kasi you're right, you can make it as a side hustle. Diba? If hindi pa. All right. So thank you so much for that quick and very meaningful introduction, Jerome, about yourself. If I'm not mistaken, matagal ka na nag-work dito sa career mo, di ba? And matagal ka na
yeah, sobrang tagal na.
Yes. So, and then you're a software engineer as well, and may mga alam ka din sa mga technology, cybersecurity, etc. So, my question now for you is, why do you think staying connected online is important sa digital age?
Ayan. Why digital age? Kung isipin yung technology, it's a blessing today since madali tayong makapag-message na uso yung instant messaging. Kung yung dati kasi letters and postcards, di ba? Ngayon kasi mabilis mo lang maano yung love mo in a click of a button like Facebook, WhatsApp, ano pa ba, Viber, yun. Yun, siguro yung time na naabutan ko Yahoo Messenger, well, Yahoo Messenger.
Ako din.
Um, Maganda yung digital connected since madali mo siya lang makakausap. Ngayon, like ngayon, may video chat or voice over IP na tinatawag. Na madali na ngayon yung to get in touch para hindi ma-lonely. Siguro yung ngayon is yung sa mga OFW.
Yeah.
Kasi dati naranasan ko yung sa dad ko kasi dati is OFW siya dati.
Mm-mm.
Talaga mayroon pang yung cassette tape kung alam niyo. Or di kayo letter in a yellow pad, yun, na talagang monthly mo siyang aantayan. Ngayon, instant in a flick of an enter button.
Yes.
Kaya important ngayon yung mga technology, which is good. It can help us well.
Yeah, that's true. So yes, guys, coming from a tech, tech background, CJ, I think technology is never gonna stop. It will stay na and it will continue to improve and move forward, di ba, Je? So that's why yun nga yung suggestion ko, even if like sabihin natin na, ay matanda na ako, hindi ko kailangan ng technology. I think it is still important. No, it's very, very important na kahit lang marunong lang tayo mag-open ng phone natin, tumawag, gumamit ng Skype, ng Zoom, and etc. I think it's very, very vital for everyone in this digital age na matuto tayo for staying connected. All right. So,
dagdag ko lang, Margaret, marami tayong avenue ngayon. Like, kung meron kayong smartphone or tablet, mas madali na accessible. Unlike nung unang i-roll out yung Messenger sa computer lang siya. Pero ngayon, lahat meron na nga pati sa relo, yung smartwatch.
Yeah.
Na-amazing ako dun eh. Sa Apple Watch ba yun? Pwede ka na message din. So, endless possibilities lang din.
Yes. I agree. And then yun nga, and all of the things right now ay pumupunta na sila sa digital age. Even lahat ng business nasa online, 'di ba? Lahat ng info, content na gusto mo matutunan nasa YouTube, 'di ba? In line with this sa nangyayari sa ating technology, what do you think, or do you have any tips ba? Kasi nandito na yung information, it's vast, okay? Yun nga, sabi mo, one flick or click of a button, nandiyan na kaagad. And how can we be sure ba na kasi ang daming fake news, di ba?
Nagpo-proliferate sila ngayon.
Ang daming mga bait na parang virus pala, di ba? You know that. So, what are your parang suggestion on how to consume the content? Yeah.
Yung social media is like a double-edged knife. It can hurt you badly or can help you greatly. Is una kong tip, if it's too good to be true, hindi true yun.
Yeah.
Yung sinasabi nga ni Margaret, yung mga links or yung mga parang mga ads na parang astronomical yung kanilang claim, better to use your critical thinking there. Kasi kung medyo too good to be true siya, parang mapapaisip ka, bakit wow, it's possible? Or it's paano ba yun, we're saying na yung kiniklaim nila is 100% true. Which is lahat naman ng mga advertisement, it has a risk. Investment, that's a risk. Kahit personal, relationship, that has a risk. Ayun, siguro yun yung if it's too good to be true, mga use critical thinking. Then, about fake news yun, lalo ngayon, yung pag-proliferate din ng social media.
Yeah.
Number one din na nag-grow is yung mga maling balita. If you encountered one, you can use fact checker ng mga sites. Or if it came from a news site, make your due diligence to check or to verify the information correctly. Pero since ngayon kasi quick social media is created for quick consumption, which is kailangan titignan mo siya in a second. Hindi ka na well, mapapag-iisip ka pa rin, pero iba yung mapapagano mo sa yung mind. Mapapagano mo na una mo makikita doon sa in an e-poster. Makikita mo na mukhang totoo to kahit makita mo ang pangit ang quality or low quality ng kiniklaim doon. Yun, siguro mga things to do is to safeguard din. If ever makakita ka ng fake news, huwag ka munang maniwala. Verify it and recheck it. Gawa ka ng checklist. Kumbaga, kung meron ka nakita for example, fake news, gawa ka ng checklist kung saan mo siya pwedeng i-check. to verify. Since ngayon, madali lang naman yung mag-Photoshop din, kaya,
Yeah.
kaya dumadami yung fake news eh.
Yeah, that's
Kailangan
true.
i-combat natin yan since kailangan natin ng verified information. Not
Mm.
readily dispensable information kasi nangyayari ngayon na which is pwede mo paniwalaan basta-basta. Yun nga din yung nakakatakot din. Oo.
Yeah. When it comes to news that we wanted to believe, i-fact check natin. 'Di ba? As a person, as a freelancer as well, meron tayong parang checklist na gagawin na parang i-verify mo, 'di ba, against those things kung tama ba yung pininiwalaan mo or hindi. Especially yung mga balita, 'di ba, mga ganun din. And then another thing na parang nabanggit mo, Jerome, is yung mga links na pinapadala. Kasi ang uso yan eh. Like, uso yung mga links parang ganito, ganyan. Yung link, parang yung, sabihin natin, yung bangko mo na compromise, i-click mo to. So, what is the first line of defense, kumbaga dyan? Paano natin maiwasan na hindi yung scam or mali yung link na ano natin? What do you suggest as a software engineer?
Kasi minsan nakakatanggap din ako ng yung email. Ang first thing or foremost thing na check mo is spelling sa grammar. Doon mo sila mahuhuli.
Talaga.
Most of the time. Kasi kahit pulido yung site ng pagkakagawa, meron silang mga grammatical errors. Hindi nalulok since kasi mahilig din ako magbasa, read, or tester din, ini-scrutinize yung bawat line. May mapapansin ka dong mali off sa kanilang introduction. Saka sa URL din, pero more on technical side na yun. Pero sa email, check mo talaga na fake na siya.
Diba? Oo. And sa URL, yeah, you're right. Sa URL, siguro as basic as parang titingnan mo kung yun ba yung talaga yung URL na kunwari ng bank mo. Diba? Baka mamaya, pero ngayon, high-tech na sila dyan, diba? Parang namamask na rin yung URL, diba?
Yep. Namamask na rin. Pero yung content, doon sila nagkakamali. Actually, most of the time, yun yung funny enough na yung sa grammar nila doon sa email or doon sa text mali. Not sure yung kung bakit.
Diba? Yeah, that's right. I agree with that one. Because, titingnan natin kasi minsan yung mga corporates, minsan maganda yan mag-send ng mga messages and emails eh. So, minsan mararamdaman mo yung mali dun eh. Diba? If you're very, very keen enough na, hindi ko naman inopen yung bank ko eh, or whatsoever, but may message akong ganito. Tapos titingnan mo, babasahin mo siya na maigi. Diba? So yes, first line of defense guys, titingnan natin ng content. Okay? Nung email or nung message, sabi ni Jerome. So, according yun sa sa tester. And when it comes to technical things, kung technical person ka, pwede mo pa i-check further, di ba? So, when it comes to, yung nga dyan, nag-usap na tayo ng mga verifying the facts, yung mga consumption ng content, merong mga, din ngayon mga uso na mga networking na MLMs. And of course, yung mga fake gurus na lumalabas na naniniwala yung ating mga kapwa freelancers. And kawawa naman yung iba kasi nasa-scam sila. So, what are your thoughts on that? And what do you think, bakit tayong mga Filipino, nalulure pa tayo sa pabalik-balik na issue na to? Diba? What do you think?
Yeah, what do I think? It's a very controversial question.
Yeah.
Yung mga knowledge is power ba yan?
Diba?
Well, yun, thoughts ko about John Margaret is, siguro kaya tayo madaling nalulure dahil gusto natin na mabilis ang quick fix or something. Na, for example, gusto mo yumaman agad. Merong may nagpo-post na, pag ginawa mo to or online business sa bahay, we should do na entice yung ating mga fellow Filipinos din as well. Yung mga quick rich gets scheme. Which is, dahil kasi yung knowing Philippines is a third, or it's a country there where many impoverished people, it's a quick fix eh. Yung mga sinasabi ng mga guru or ng mga MLM na parang magagawa mo siya ng naka-cellphone ka lang or di kaya mindset lang ang need pero kailangan talaga is mindset and action.
Yes.
Yun, marami nalulure doon since madali lang siyang gawin eh. Saka may saying na sinabi sa akin isang kaibigan ko, if ikaw iniisip mo hindi ka ma-scam, for sure ma-scam ka. Oo.
Wow.
It's how psychological works daw na kung kung gaano kataas yung guard mo sa scam, most likely may scam ka.
Yeah.
Unlike those people na aware lang sa scam or conscious, pero may due diligence sila to think critical for themselves.
Wow.
Versus the one na hindi sila may scam. Kasi inisip talaga hindi sila may scam, pero yung critical or yung guard nila doon sa logical thinking nawawala. Kasi
Oo.
naisip ko na hindi ako may scam dyan, hindi ako may scam or hindi ko or hindi ka coffee tayo, mga ganong mga galawan. Since same from my perspective, since nadali din na victim na rin ako sa mga ganyan.
You had an
dati.
experience.
Yeah, gullible din kasi ako dati.
Oo.
About sa vitamins. Sabi ko, vitamins. Pagpunta ko, doon nasa na pala ako. Doon sa isang mga room at so may sigaw, power. Sabi ko, ano ginagawa ng mga to?
Oo.
Pero back those the days na medyo hindi ko pa alam yung mga yan. So, experience also teach
Yeah.
things. Ayun, yung mga fake gurus naman, siguro kasi, I think lang sa opinion ko lang, hindi sila siguro aware dun sa kanilang tiniteach na mali. For sure, naisip nila na tama din yun. Pero, yung morally correctness is nawawala. Na tipong, maganda nga yung mindset, pero pag hindi mo siya or hindi siya enact into an action, well, wala mangyayari doon or parang sa walk the talk pero hindi nila wino-walk talaga yung talk. Contradicting.
Oo.
Diba? Tapos they will ask exorbitant prices for their courses. May mga courses, kaya nga nalulungkot ako sa mga fake guru. Yung mga legit guru talaga nawawala or na should I stay in Tagalog, nasasapawan ng mga fake.
Yeah.
Which is disheartening kasi marami din namang mga legit na courses.
Yeah.
Mas marami lang talaga yung fake.
Exactly.
Sa ngayon. Where looking at Facebook pa lang, pag tumingin ka ng advertisement doon ng mga courses, ba't ang lalaki ng mga offer asking prices nila for the education that they will give. Ngayon, siguro maging
maingat tayo, no?
Maingat. And for the fake gurus, siguro maging honest lang sila doon sa kiniklaim nila.
Yes. Yes. That's a whole lot of topic, yung mga fake gurus and etc. And it's one of the webinars that we did with Sir Roland Banya sa Creative Nation Academy. Yung mga ganun eh. Kasi yun nga, tama ka. Most of the time, malalaman mo yung fake gurus if they're not walking the talk eh. If they're saying na, hey, sabihin natin, I'm a graphic designer. Are they really a graphic designer ba? Makikita mo naman sa footprints nila, diba? Footprints nila from the online, footprint nila. Makikita mo kung may ginawa sila talaga or wala. Kasi most often, para sa akin, how do I define fake guru? Kasi most often than not, sila yung parang nagbebenta sila ng course and dahil kumikita sila sa course, hindi dahil sa ginagawa nila yung tinuturo nila sa'yo. Alam mo yung gano'n? So, hindi sila, kumbaga, hindi nila pinapractice yun. Exactly what you said.
Add ko lang, Margaret. Sinesell lang nila yung lakas ng, siguro confidence, malakas yung charisma and confidence nila. Which is, number one factor kung bakit marami nalulure ng mga Filipino freelancers sa fake guru is the confidence that they brought. Siguro yun din yung nakikita ko advantage ng mga fake guru about sa mga legit guru talaga. Yung malakas talaga yung kanilang loob.
Oo, totoo. Of course. I mean, paano ka magbebenta na hindi mo talaga alam kung hindi malakas ang loob mo, di ba?
Pero yung current technicalities, wala silang technicalities actually.
Exactly. So yes, guys. Wow. Ang laki-laking yan eh. Parang issue yan ngayon sa ating freelancing community and of course sa ating mga work from home people. But yeah, probably in the next time, gagawa tayo ng panel for that one. Kasi mahaba-haba siyang discussion. Then sama ka doon, Jerome. Sama ka. So, going back to... Yeah, it's a gold mine eh. So, going back to sinabi mo na meron kasi tayong idea na gusto natin as Filipinas na yung pinakamadali na kumuha ng pera, mga ganun. So, there's such a thing na parang pumapasok na yung mga values natin doon eh, as person and mga culture natin and yung mga paniniwala natin. So what do you think as ikaw matagal ka na dito sa technology na trabaho, na industry, what do you think yung mga values ng Filipinas na nakakasira, detrimental sa atin? And then ano ba yung values na parang feeling mo helpful din to be successful sa life or sa financing natin or sa technology kind ng trabaho? Ano masuggest mo?
Startan ko lang sa cons muna. Yung sa
Yeah.
cons, siguro maano tayo, yung as a society, as Filipino, medyo ingrained tayo sa utang na loob or yung favors. Which is, okay naman yun for me. Kaso nga lang, sa iba kasi nangyayari is pag nagkaroon ka ng utang na loob for someone, like i-help in a financial way, it parang required siyang ibalik eh. Not in a sense na dapat sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Ng
Mm-mm.
ganun, within, para bang kunyari, tinulungan kita sa ganitong bagay, kailangan meron akong kapalit for something na ginawa mo. Unlike, hindi kasi siya yung parang, na yung utang na loob na ating values na skewed eh. Skewed siya in a way na give and take lang siya. Give and take relationship. Parang nagiging, ano man tawag doon, transactional yung mga about relationship.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Unlike, hindi kasi siya nagiging turn around like, parang helping others. Like this article and design, we're helping others to grow each other, not dragging each others down or through favors. Pero yung sa favors din naman, maganda, it's a good thing naman din kung mako-convert natin siya into a beautiful chain of favors.
Yes.
It's like paying kindness forward na if may return, that's just a bonus na lang. Pero hindi
Yeah.
siya palagi, it's not a written rule na pag may or something na you did good or you did share some new information is definitely may return. Kasi magkakaroon ka ng expectant attitude na kailangan may expect ako dahil binigyan ko siya ng favor, di ba?
Oo.
Then,
That's
yung
true.
sa pangalawa naman is yung, well, inanap ko pa yung search yung Tagalog, yung resilience or katatagan.
Oo.
Which is nice cute din tong values na to since most of us, lalo na pag independent freelancers, parang mayroong negative connotation pag nag-a-ask ng help for someone sa higher or kung sino yung mas nakakaalam ng or acumen ng kanyang ginagawa. Which is parang, naisip niya na nakaka-degrade ng kanyang skill. Which is, in reality, hindi naman dapat since hindi mo kailangan maging resilience in a sense na parang ikaw na din yung nahihirapan na to ask help. Yun din yung it's okay to ask help. Like, yan, sa ating community, di ba? Pag merong need na sa technical or sa design, just ask help or question. Mm-mm. Medyo
Exactly.
hindi, medyo nagiging tayo, kasi di ba may term na kapag resilience, magiging dependent ka to others or mawawala yung independence mo. Pero paano kung i-turn around na siya, gawin natin siyang ano bang word yun? Basta mamaya, pag naalala ko, yeah. Well, yeah,
Okay.
it's the combination.
Coexisting?
Yeah, it's the combination of independence and independence, which is a beautiful word to chain through. Yeah, kaya if ever, don't hesitate to ask help.
Yeah, that's true. Kasi, tawag na to, like nabanggit mo nga kanina sa article design community natin dyan, diba? Tawag na to, ang ginagawa diba natin dun dyan, pag may problema ang isa, nagtatanong sila. Diba? Tapos, kung sino yung nakakaalam, sinasagot niya. For example, like si Jerome, mas nakakaalam siya sa mga hardware ng computer na kailangan for video editing, sinasagot niya yung problema ng isa naming members. And of course, next time naman, pag may tinatanong si Jerome, sinasagot naman ng iba. So yes, it's a healthy kind of community that we wanted to build, and we're actually building, or we built na, that all of us, coming from different industries, nagko-coexist. Parang ganun. So yes, maganda din yung sinabi mo. I really like yung sinabi mo, Jay, yung utang na loob, yung nag-e-expect tayo. Kasi I think, Jay, ang lalim ng yan, Jay, Ang lalim ng pinanggalingan yan, Ganun kasi
Lalim pa.
talaga, Diba? Sa mga Filipino culture.
Yeah.
sobrang lalim eh. Tapos hindi natin nakikita yung disadvantage nung gano'n eh. O pag binigyan mo ako ng ganito, Jet, dapat, binigyan kita ng ganito, bigyan mo ako ng ganito, ha? Yung parang gano'n eh, diba? So,
Mm.
if we wanted to build a healthy community, guys, that all of us can coexist, siguro medyo tatanggalin natin yung nag-expect tayo lagi something in return. Probably paying it forward is better, diba?
Yeah.
So paying it forward and sharing is caring. Parang ganun din. And of course, if you exist naman in healthy community like sa community na binibuild natin, bawat isa naman nagtutulungan eh. Diba? So, and that's why, we're really advocates, guys, of a healthy community ng mga freelancers or mga work from home people. So if you want to join, again, I'm gonna plug, just search for Discord, Article and Design. Mas active na kami doon than sa Facebook because yun nga, iniiwasan din namin yung mga scam doon sa Facebook and whatever.
Streamers
But,
na. Streamer.
yeah. So go sa Discord, guys. Join our Article and Design server. Go.
Pros naman, marami-rami tayo ngayon. For one, yung pinaka magandang trait ng Filipinos, masipag, hardworking. Filipinos are hardworking in a sense na hindi niya iiwanan yung trabaho niya na hindi polido. Kasi di ba merong notion na pwede na yan. Pero most of them, hindi naman lahat yun, kundi it's a percentage of them lang. Marami pa rin for me, mga kilala ko by experience, mga friend na gusto nila polido yung work, hindi nila iiwanan, saka sobrang sipag. Kaya nga yung mga foreign clients, gusto din ng Pilipino.
Yeah.
Sin quality work, ang nakakalungkot nga lang yung cost sa atin. Yun lang siguro yung cons. Pero yung quality na inapoproduce or nakikreate ng mga Filipino freelancers, top-notch. Kaya nga nakakalungkot lang din na yung pricing nila is medyo subpar. Yeah, kaya yan. Mahaba pa yung yung mission vision mo, Margaret, for this one.
We're working on it. Diba? Yes. Totoo. I could definitely concur to that one, yung pulido, magandang trabaho. Of course, we're not generalizing, no? May mga Filipinos pa rin na bad apples. But more often than not, pag sinabi mo kasing Filipino, when it comes to technology and freelancing or creativity, talagang ang gagaling din eh. Ang gagaling. And that's the reason why we built the community then, because we wanted to, help the globally competitive na freelancers na mabayaran naman sila ng tama din. Diba? And yes, sinabi mo kanina na you're a software engineer, you're working from home, although you're under a corporate, meron ka din mga freelancing gig, and you're an illustrator. So basically, nag-work ka sa bahay. Diba? You have an office sa bahay mo, may certain dedicated area ka. Okay, I'm interested with this one. Ano yung boundaries mo? How do you set boundaries? as a corporate worker and at the same time may mga iba kang ginagawa, may mga hobby ka, etc. How do you set boundaries sa work mo?
Ayun. I-add ko lang, Margaret, nakita ko na yung word, interdependent siya.
Yun. Sige.
Interdependent.
Yeah. Interdependent. Yeah.
Just fine. Hanapin nyo na lang sa Google yung definition. Ayun, yun, working from home, masaya siya. Kaso nga lang, yun nga, may negative and positive din. For me, sinaset ko yung boundaries, time-bound boundaries, or time boundaries na lang, na meron kang allotted working hours. Yeah. Since mahirap naman yung 8 hours na working, for sure, siguro makakagawa lang doon pag laser focus ka. Pero for me, siguro mga 4 hours o 5 hours lang na ako yung maximum. Ayun, after that, meron ka nang nakalaan na oras pa na gagawin mo. Like time for the families, time for your friends, or eating time. Huwag niyo kalimutan kumain. Or if mahaba pa yung time, nap time. Yun yung pros ng work from home eh. Saka, tipid. Cost effective. Tapos kung working ka, meron kang or meron kang don't disturb na parang face or something na yun yung working hours mo na parang pwede ka mag-music or di ka you can join a co-working space na room, mga chat room, which is yung pinapractice ng article and design. Sasali na nga din ako sa kanila para ma-focus din ako sobra habang gumagawa ng mga test cases or testing. Ayun. Yun lang, set time-bound boundaries. Maganda isulat nyo siya siguro sa post-it notes. Or kung di kayo may post-it notes sa Google, sa mga online notepad, if ever. Para hindi nyo lang siya para hindi nyo lang siya makalimutan. Maganda na sinusulat yung mga bagay-bagay. Kahit ako may dala-dala akong notebook, kahit or notepad, it's kahit tuwagin natin ano siya, o analog, pero it helps. It greatly helps.
Mm-mm.
Yung pagsusulat na yan. Ngayon kasi high-tech na ngayon ng mga bata dahil ngayon may cellphone na, may smartphone.
Oo.
Diba? May mga ganung app, may app pa nga for notepads. So, yun, keeping a note and keeping tabs of your time, kahit hindi naman siyang detail, or 3 hours there. For example, 3 hours for creating a e-poster or something like that. Tapos 1 hour sleep, or 2 hours eating, or 1 hour talking with friends.
Yeah.
In a long way din kasi it will help yourself in your freelancing and in your mind, peace of mind. Yun lang naman kasi din yung kinikip natin this time, yung ating peace of mind.
Yes, that's true. Yes, I like it. Napakaganda ng suggestion mo. You know what? How do you set boundaries if you're working from home? Actually, create a time boundary. Oo. As easy as that. Ang ganda. As easy as that. Magtrabaho ka 8 a.m., 12, okay, trabaho lang. 12 to 2, lunch break, etc. Then the rest, okay, socials na. Sumali ka sa in the Discord, mag-drawing ka, and whatever. Yung mga ganun, makinig ka ng music, umattend ka ng concert, pumunta ka ng mga group communities mo, whatever. Yes. Ngayon ko lang yung narinig, napaka-simple. Mag-set ng boundaries. Oo, kasi most often than that, ang narinig ko, how do you set boundaries? Ang dami-daming suggestion. Pero actually, ang ganda ang ganda nung strategy mo. You know what? Time boundaries. Okay? Just time everything that you do. Oo.
Yeah.
And hanggang sa masanay ka. Yes, that's a very good suggestion, Jet.
Yung principle ko lang is keep it simple lang naman muna. If you can't manage complex time management can work to other people, pero not all. So siguro sa simple lang, kasi mahirap din kasi i-keep tabs ng maraming isusulat or masyado namang micromanage ng yung time. Do what it works for you. Yeah, like kahit simple, okay lang yan. Or di ka gusto mo complicated with pictures pa ilagay mo sa notes, why not? Diba? Or with audio clips, diba? Whatever works for your setting boundaries. Yung siguro yung pinaka meat of the the discussion is boundary. Yung as Margaret also said, sa paano mo siya isa-set, saan mo siya isa-set, or what are your techniques. Yun lang na what works for you.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much for reiterating that, Jet. Jet, not Jet. Thank you so much for reiterating that, Jet.
Joining a community helps. Because no man is an island. A very cliche quote.
Yeah.
And it's good to have somebody to check on each other. Mahirap na freelancers, pag narinig mo freelancers, independence, financial independence from the client, but freelancer working in a community, that's just much better. Remember, nasabi nga ni Margaret kanina, may mga bad apples din sa freelancing, pero siguro pag nagsama-sama lahat, there is power in unity.
Yes.
Kasi ngayon in our work or in a freelancing work, medyo fragmented pa. Marami kasi independent lang din, which is okay since it's their personality type na siguro introvert or nahihiya pa. Pero once na siguro magsama-sama lahat, it's a force reckon with. Diba?
Yes. That's true. That's why we're thankful, Jet, for all your help sa community natin. And of course, guys, if you're not a member yet, if naghahanap kayo ng community, just look for Article and Design on Discord. Okay? Or if you can follow us on Spotify and of course on YouTube channel, nandun yung mga discussions naman to help you win in this freelance game. So thank you so much, Jet, for joining me today. So guys, if you want to know more, or you want to connect with Jet, saan kami pwedeng maka-connect sa'yo, yung mga listeners, or you wanted to check out whatever you wanted to promote, if meron man, just let me know.
Promote. You can find me here in Article and Design. Nandun lang nag-hangout ako sa group nila, Margaret. So sa Facebook, Facebook, hanapin nyo na lang yung name ko, Jerome.estimada. Oh, that is
Yeah.
Jerome.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, guys, if you want to check out magaganda, Jerome is posting some of his illustrations. So you can check him out sa Facebook niya, Jerome Estimada. So of course, if you wanted to be with him in a community, nandun siya sa ating article and design community. And he can put some insights. Okay, if you have questions kayo, Jerome has a lot of very wonderful insights, guys. So just join our community. So thank you so much, Jerome. Oh, yes. Thank you so much,
Message nyo lang ako
Jerome.
if may mga questions kayo or something. Or need advices.
Yes, that's true.
Mga ano pong advices. Siguro financial lang, hindi.
Thank you so much, Jerome. And I will see you more sa ating community. And thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you again on the next one. All right. Thanks, Jerome.
Bye.
Bye.
You put me in a butterfly. It's terrible, I know. I can't control what's going in over head. Rushing across me, falling, breaking. You didn't know but trying. You put me in a butterfly, butterfly.